Hello there, friends. Long time no lake chat from the minivan. Look how beautiful the lake is. I have a new phone. Am I clear or am I in focus? Can you see more wrinkles and whiskers? I think you can. But the lake looks amazing. So that is cool. Hello, I'm Kathy here at Spicey Cat Jams. And we are minivan Mondaying on a Wednesday morning by the lake. Sorry. Gotta turn the heat on a little bit. We had, okay, we're just gonna talk weather first, get this out of the way. We had weather, I don't think we hit 80, but there were a couple days it was like hot. I was hot. Doesn't take much to make me hot. And right now, Charlie is saying it is 23 degrees Fahrenheit, back in the cool down. We had a sprinkle of snow last week. Other areas in the tri-state around us did get more snow, and even in Minnesota they got some, but not so much us, which is nice. So, hello, seasoned friends. I'm just gonna chat for a while. I have a coffee. I picked up a coffee at Casey's. We all know, love Casey's. And it is, I'm gonna taste it, and give you my opinion. Now, I like flavored pretty much anything. Coffee, I like it plain. I like my coffee flavored, creamed, whatever. It's coffee. I'll drink it. So I went in there, and they had this flavor. It's called blueberry cobbler. Now, as much as I, loved baked goods, the real thing, I don't generally lean towards them when it comes to like coffee or even candle scents or, wax scents, anything like that. I've always been more of a spicy, citrusy, just not that much of a baked good. I went over there and I thought, I'm going to try this. Why not? I filled up my cup. Now, we still have our mask mandate in Minnesota. Not that everybody's following it, but we still do have it. And through my mask, just starting the pour, I was like, holy blueberry. So, we shall see. Can't get a good taste off the little stir stick. I also have a piece of ultimate breakfast pizza, but I probably won't eat that on camera. It's been a while since I filmed, so cough is just a dry throat, allergies, not the virus. So let's give this a try, because seriously, my whole car, I don't need an air freshener right now. It smells like blueberry. Not so much blueberry cobbler, but blueberry. So let's see how it tastes. It's interesting. Then again, I did add a shot of caramel syrup because I'm like, caramel cobbler, yum. And I added a couple French vanilla creamers. Again, I thought that'll go perfect with a baked good coffee. It's interesting. It's not bad. Well, I love Casey's coffee. It seems like whenever I get it, like if you don't drink it fast enough, it gets, like once it sits, I don't know if it gets really bitter. It gets really something. Not so like. So anyway, I'll be sipping on that. So what has been going on in my world? Yes, it is allergy season. Oh, so as you can see, it is super bright. Also very excited that finally it is daylight again when I got off work. I got off work last night, or this morning. It's like 7:30 now. I stayed and talked with my friend. Then I went to the gas station. There was a line. Yada, yada. I had told Eddie when he left at 2 that in case he was awake that I was going to stop and film. So he's not worried about me or calling or texting me. So, and I have a couple other things to film for this channel. I just haven't had a lot. First of all, thank you to everybody that watched that almost hour-long video with Kim and I tasting all those Asian snacks. I still could not do a Jell-O shot to this day to save my life, even though I repeat the mantra. And I can't believe how many of you made it till the end and commented. That was so fun. And speaking of Kim, so we are having a girls' getaway. next week. So it's Wednesday right now. I only have to work 2 more days, Friday and Saturday overnight. I took Sunday night off and my 2 days. So I have 3 days off next week. So I will leave work at 6 a.m. Sunday morning and not have to go back to work until the following Monday, 6 p.m. I think it's May 2nd. So excited. Kim and I, we meant to do this like a month ago, and just with scheduling it didn't happen. So I know I've talked about it. Oh, so like the last video that you guys watched, or that I had posted, maybe you watched it, maybe you didn't. We filmed on location at this place we go for craft retreats. So we knew we wanted to do another one before our end of August one that we do annually. So the other 2 ladies and Kim and I decided, yep, we're gonna do it. But schedule wise, we couldn't get in until now. And Kim and I are both so weary and in need of this time away. So last time when I was there, I only made cards the whole time I was there, and it was under 300, but I made like 270 some cards. That was crazy. Granted, they were almost all different from kits and stuff, but still, that's a lot of cards. So I plan to do cards, but I'll probably do some coloring too, because this month I haven't done as much coloring as I have, or I want to do. It's like when you have too many hobbies, what do you do? But then, yeah, there's this little craft project where I found some supplies I had, and I'm like, oh, this would be the good time to do this project because I won't have any cats helping me, and I can set things out to dry because I need to do some gluing and shellacking. So, I don't know. What's a girl to do? I'll figure it out. So yeah, if anyone's near the Windham, Minnesota area, let me know. I don't know that I have any friends in that area. We will be at the top of a hill in the middle of the country, next to the barn with the llama and the sheep and the goat and the kitties. The baby kitties are probably a little bigger now. Yeah, it's going to be such a fun time. But this weather, it's like, what am I going to have to pack for? Then again, I'm sitting in a room and it's controlled, heat controlled, thermostat. We'll see. Who are we kidding? I'm going to be hot. I'm going to wear my flip-flops and capris and bring a fan at my desk. So that is we are so excited about. It has just been a long few months. And especially here in Minnesota. Now, I'm not looking to start debates, controversy, any of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to say in Minnesota, although it's a worldwide thing, we have very much been, even if you weren't seeking it out, which I don't follow a lot of news coverage because I personally just find it depressing and it messes with my mind. But the trial for the officer that was accused of contributing to the death of George Floyd, trying to think how to say all these things correctly. So that's been going on, and it was actually yesterday, as if I'm filming this, the verdict was reached and he was found guilty. So I've been like waiting with, holding my breath and like my heart heavy, more in fear of what was going to happen after the verdict was read. Because in any verdict, again, I'm going to try and just make this as neutral as I can. Obviously, I have my own opinions. I'm a human being. I have personal feelings and opinions on what I feel happened and whether justice was served or not. But I always try and look at a whole picture, and there is not a winner. So I was scared, first of all, because, and I can't even blame anyone for the unrest and the riots that happened after the initial incident, because it was horrendous, and there has been a recurring issue in our country, and it was scary. I mean, even in my little town, so I live, like, I always tell people I live an hour's drive from the Mall of America, which is in southern Minneapolis, and there were things happening here in my little town, and not to the extent of what happened in the cities, but I just am like, what's going to happen? And, people need to be able to express their feelings. And whether it was a guilty or not guilty verdict, there are people on both sides that have strong feelings and could express it. So far, knock on something on Charlie's steering wheel, there have still been only peaceful demonstrations, and I pray it continues through the weekend. So the officer was found guilty. I think I said that. And outside the courthouse, the little snippet I saw, there's like rejoicing, and for the family of George Floyd, and for not even just the family, so many people that identify and feel for that situation, and so many others. We had another incident in Minneapolis a week ago where a young black man was killed by a police officer. And she thought she had her taser in her hand and it was her gun. I cannot imagine. I couldn't do this job. That's why I'm like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in a job, a profession. That's what I was trying to think of, where the choices I make could permanently change someone's life and kill someone. That's a risk, and that's why. But again, I'm not trying to get into that. But my heart is also so hurt and caring for the family of the officer. Now, the officer did what he did, and I am not judging him at all. And but I just think he has a wife and children and parents and family and friends who love and care for him, and they are dealing with, I can't imagine right now. And so I pray for them as well as anybody that's affected by this. But that's been the big stuff going on. So again, I'm not, our justice system did what it does. It did the process of the way it's put in place. And now I think it's 8 weeks before sentencing. So there's still a lot of drawn out time. But that's been a big thing. So just getting away, and hopefully, so the last time when we did this, it was right after the 1st of January when we did our retreat earlier. And while we were there was when there was the, I don't know, remember what it's called, the riot, the insurrection at the Capitol. And my friends, they're way more on Facebook and the news, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's people storming the Capitol and they're breaking in. And I'm like, I didn't even believe it, because I'm like, that is just so insane. I can't believe that. But it happened. It was true. So I'm like, what's going to happen now when we're at our crafty retreat? Prayfully nothing. Work is still work. Eddie is still there. He has, I don't remember the last time I chatted you. He has been working now his shift, which is, you put my hand up so I can talk with my hand. 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Friday. I still work my 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. rotating shift. So during the week, we work together till 2 a.m. till he goes home. So it's funny because, we're a mile away and we still have to drive separate because he's not coming to pick me up at 6 a.m. I wouldn't blame him. But he's getting more adapted to life at home, as am I. It's been a process, as I've said. But now that the weather's hopefully going to get nicer, it was nicer over the weekend. It was warm enough. He actually was able to mow the lawn. First mowing of the grass, which was nice. It wasn't super long yet, but it was just nice that he could do that, because for all the years he's been on the road, my father-in-law just took care of it, because Eddie never knew when he would be home, and when he did get home, what the weather would be like. So my father-in-law is just always taking care of that stuff for me, because I could do it, but my allergies and asthma and all that get so bad when I've mowed the lawn before. It's not like I don't want to do it, but I will be sick, physically sick, for 3 to 5 days afterwards. coughing, sneezing, unable to breathe, like I have a really bad cold. So I choose not to do it because I have people that will do it for me. But anyway. Okay, now it's hot, so I can turn the heat off again. I'll be doing that back and forth. If you hear air noise, it's just the vent. I know I had other stuff to talk to you guys about because it's been so long. So yeah, we're going on our thing, going into crafting. Not any real big plans for us for the summer. It'll be interesting because the challenge is now that Eddie and I work together in the same office, and even though it's not the exact same schedule, since we're both like the night shift people, if he and I need time off together, that will be a little trickier. But we cover both, and he's been amazing. He's like stepped up and filled in for people on the opposite shift, and he's really come along. There's so much to learn in this job, and he has a total new respect for what I do and all the stress I was under when I was learning it. But I'm so proud because it does. It's like repeat every day you learn something, and he's getting, and he's much more daring than I am. I mean, I was always so scared, and I still am scared of making mistakes. So he is doing a great job. Health-wise, we've both been fine. Neither of us have become ill at all this summer. I don't think this winter. I never really got like a full-fledged cold. I might have had a day or so where I had just like a sore throat. I'm always sneezing from allergies, so I don't ever know if that's an actual illness. And same with Eddie. He had a couple days where he just like felt like a cold was coming on, so then we started, popping the vitamin C and taking Dayquil and stuff. And nothing has ever festered into anything. So we are very grateful for that. The world is slowly opening back up. We're still not anywhere near back to what it was pre-COVID. Where we live, I don't think any place is. But I'm super excited, but I don't know when I can plan it. Where my grandma lives in a nursing home, it is open to visitors now. So I can plan a trip to Florida to go see her, because before I've like put it off. Well, again, Kim and I had a plan last year and we didn't do it because it was right when COVID was opening and it was a freak out, so we had to cancel it. And then it made no sense for me to go if I couldn't see her, because that's one of the primary reasons I go there. So hopefully that will come about. Oh, it's April. It's my birthday month. My birthday was April 1st. April Fool's Day. Yes, that is my birthday. Seasoned friends, you may remember that. And as I've talked about before, I do not like my birthday ever since I lost my parents. So not a huge anything. Not of course, but I ended up working. So it wasn't even funny, but I ended up having to cover somebody else's shift. So I came in early. So basically of the 24 hours of my birthday day of April 1st, I was at my job for 14 of them. So yeah, that's fun. But my coworker, the guy that I work with, he always called me his work wife, but now that Eddie's there, he doesn't feel comfortable with that. And it's just because he's a couple years older than me, and we're both very happily married. But it's like, we do bicker and act like a married couple when it's like at work. But it's like, I want you to do this. You have to do this. So, he knows I hate my birthday, and he's also a pot stirrer. And like the minute Eddie left, it's like he sent out a message to everybody that was working on their forklifts, because we can like send them, it's not a text message, they all have computers on their forklift, and he sent them all a message saying, come tell Kathy happy birthday. So I'm sitting there working, and all of a sudden like 15 guys start coming through the office, happy birthday Kathy, happy birthday Kathy. And I'm like, so I yelled at him, and he's like, well, it wasn't me, it must have been Eddie before he left. And then they came in and they sang, and then when we came back, so that was at midnight, like to 6 a.m. on my birthday. And then I went home and slept, and then I had to come in at 4 p.m. So from 4 p.m. to midnight on that night of April 1st, he had planned a little potluck. So we had, again. It was attention. Didn't want it. And then so then on the weekend, it was actually our weekend off. It was also Easter weekend. And we didn't get to do what I wanted to do. We had plans. That changed, and then they changed again. And I was a real poopy butt at Easter because it wasn't what I wanted to be doing. And I'm like, it's my birthday weekend and I can't do what I want to do. And I don't know. It was probably not a lot of fun, but I got over it. Because what else are you going to do? It's like, yeah, I'm an adult. I don't always get to do what I want to do. So, it's not over yet. So that's why I'm like, since my birthday's at the beginning, the very first day of the month, I'm like, I get to celebrate all month long. So I get 30 days of celebrating. Which is kind of funny for someone that doesn't like her birthday. But it's basically an excuse to do what I want for 30 days. That's what it is. I don't want to be the center of attention by any means. Which, oh my gosh, so last weekend on Saturday, Kim, we all know Kim, had a birthday party for her husband. So her husband, Matt, I forget if it was the actual day, but it's like the middle of April. So she threw him a party. It wasn't a surprise party, and it was a Mexican themed party, and she needs to be a party planner. She did such a good job. And it was so much fun. So she had like all the decorations out. And this is what cracks me up the most. If you are familiar with, and it could be more than just Mexican. This is where I'm a white girl. I don't know all these things. But I do remember seeing them like in the grocery stores. And it's always usually in the Hispanic, they always label it section. The like tall candles, they're like prayer candles. And they usually have like a picture on them. It could be of Jesus, it could be of Mary, it could be of a saint, and it's like praying for, and families, you buy those and you like light them, and I'm pretty sure the whole thing is you like leave it lit until it's burnt out, and you can like pray. And so Kim bought those types of candles to use as centerpieces on the tables. So that was pretty fun. And then she had balloons tied to them. Helium balloons. So there would be like a regular latex colored balloon and then like the Mylar ones. Well, her neighbor, and they're good friends with both of the couple, they owned the place we had the party at. It was a private party. They have like this rental bar space. I don't know what you call it. And they own several businesses, and one of them it's called Dollar Depot, where they sell all kinds of, it's like the small town dollar store, but everything's not a dollar. And so she got her the balloons, and the whole thing was to be Mexican themed, so she just grabbed whatever balloons that were in Spanish. She didn't have any that actually said happy birthday, Feliz Cumpleaños. But she had, so as of course we're sitting there and Eddie's there, and he's probably the only one at the whole party that actually speaks Spanish. And he's like, why do you have balloons that say congratulations on? And the other ones had little daisies and they said happy day. She's like, it's the only ones they had in Spanish. So they were tied to the prayer candles. And then she had ordered, they're like a mega pack from Oriental Trading Company of sombreros, and then they had these, I don't know, some of them were like almost a vest with like the multicolored striped, and then some were like ponchos you put over with some fringe. So everyone, as we came in, we were given a sombrero and this poncho or vest. And then the ladies, so the guys got like the full-on sombrero, and ladies, it was like a headband with this little tiny straw hat. Could have been a garden hat, could have been a sombrero. It was still cute. And then she had like a taco bar, and there's a piñata. We missed the piñata, and it was a lot of fun. So Miss Party Planner Kim, and I would have hated it if that had been my birthday party that someone threw for me. That is not what I'd want to do. I don't mind going to that type of party, but do not put me as the center of attention at that. No, thank you. So nothing else with my birthday. Eddie and I don't do, in general, we don't do gifts. We don't do anything like that because, again, we're old, we're married, we don't have kids. If we want something, we buy it. So that's why I was so disappointed, because what we do are like experiences. Like we were going to go away for the weekend, the two of us, and it just didn't work out. So there'll be other weekends, but yeah, it was disappointing. Anything else exciting? There's really been nothing. That's why you haven't seen me out here, because I haven't had a heck of a lot to talk about. Crafting is all my mind is focused on right now, and it's like, oh, and I need to get all this stuff done. So I started doing my laundry over the weekend. I got like maybe 5 loads of laundry done, and I've probably got another 5 to completely do it. I tend to let it pile up. So now I have the pile, like the winter sweaters and all that. It's like, okay, let's just get them washed so I can pack them up and store them away so they're out of the way. So, and I had to do all the bedding. You know, those times where it's like, in additions, like if it was just my clothes, it could have been like 2-3 loads. But it's like, nope, gotta do all the blankets and all the bedding, especially when you have pets, because there's cat hair on everything, even though my cats don't sleep on the bed with me. So, I don't know. Okay, gotta turn the heat back on. My blueberry coffee is getting cold fast. Maybe because I'm sitting in a car where it's 23 degrees outside. I don't know. Don't know. I feel like I should have more to talk about. Been coloring a lot. Several of you have been commenting. I see you've been watching over on Spicey Cat Colors. So that's been fun. And I feel now that I do those, so what I do over there, it's like a color and chat. So basically it's the MiniVan Monday where I'm just chatting with you, but I'm like coloring. So there's something to look at besides my face. So I'm trying to think, well, how can I do that over here? I don't know. But I like my MiniVan Monday because I get to sit by the lake. There aren't any animals. I'm looking for birds on the lake. I have birds. I've seen some robins jumping around in front of me and some squirrels running up and down the trees. But none of the, geese or ducks have swam on over to say hello. So, okay, friends, really. That's all I got. I just wanted to check in, let you know I am doing fine. I really, I don't know. Not doing a lot on social media. You guys already know that. I don't post on Instagram very often, Facebook, any of that. Again, it's kind of like watching the news. It's just depressing because it used to be a fun, safe place, and now it's like so much anger and people fighting with each other that don't even know each other, or even worse, they know each other and they're that rude to each other in a public forum. And I dealt with a lot of that in my personal life, and I didn't have the opportunity. I couldn't just tune it off then. So now it kind of, just left a bad taste in my mouth, which is sad because then it gets passed on. Watching this robin, I don't know if he's digging, she, I can't tell. Digging for worms or what, but it's like, he like reaches down and like throws up a bunch of leaves. I imagine the bird is digging. Ooh, and then there's another one right over here, like either watching or scoping out a better area. I don't know. It's even so cold, nobody's out here walking yet. They are walking, on the streets, but nobody's down here at my lovely path. So, okay, I'm going to quit rambling because I have rambled for a full half hour. But there you go. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe and taking care of yourselves, your mental health, your heart health, all of that, whatever feelings, the events that happen in the world are stirring up for you, just don't bottle it up. Find someone to talk to, and even if they don't agree with what you're feeling or whatever, we just need each other to lean on and talk to. And there's not enough people, and maybe there's just not enough people, because I'm blessed, I have many in my circle of friends, but it seems we always try to fix things. And sometimes what we need for our well-being is just to like voice what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and to like get it out so it doesn't fester inside of us. So it's like, I don't need you to fix this. I don't want you to try and convince me that I'm wrong in the way I'm thinking. I just need you to be a friend and listen to me and support me. And if I ask for your advice, then perhaps you can give it. But just listen. Let's just be there to support each other and respect that it's okay to have different opinions. And doesn't make anybody any lesser at all. We're all different. And just think, before the world of social media and cell phones and all of that, that's how we all were. And we coexisted fine because nobody knew. Except if you personally told them your feelings. So, okay. I'm going to adjust. Maybe eat my pizza because that's probably cold too. And then I'm going to film my other videos I need to film. So, take care again of yourselves. I love you so much. I appreciate that you hung out with me down by the beautiful blue lake for half an hour. And in case nobody's told you lately, and I know I haven't because I haven't been talking to you, don't forget, you matter. And yes, I do have another box of Asian snacks on order, hoping they show up in time so Kim and I can taste them. And hopefully I'll have a few other things so we can do some filming amidst our crafting. So I'll have some videos to show you guys. So take care again, friends. I love you all and see you soon.